crossing the stage. I know you can feel the excitement. Shake it up, turn it on, shake it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, how I miss baseball. I used to cover the Texas Rangers, and I'm a lifetime Philadelphia Phillies fan. And, of course, the nemesis of the Phillies, the Dodgers, would be on that list. But I also cover the Dodgers, too. Many of you know that. Kate Delaney, thanks so much for hanging with us on this show. Ron Porterfield, what a pleasure to have him on the show. He's in his third year as the director of player health with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he's quite a resume, including head athletic trainer for the Tampa Bay Rays. He was also an assistant athletic trainer before that. Needless to say, he's really worked his way up through the ranks. So we are thrilled to have him and talk about the coronavirus and also the mission of the Professional Baseball Athletic Trainers Society. Ron, thanks for popping on.
Hey, Kate, thanks for having me tonight. It's my pleasure to be on here.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, like, my family just really ripped me to shreds when I covered the Dodgers, but I did like it, and people were good to me. And even Tommy Lasorda, he'd be sitting in the crowd, he'd say, "What's going on? How are you doing, young lady?" So it was fun.
Yeah, it's a great organization, good people.
Very good people. So, we look at what's going on with the coronavirus and the question mark we all live under, and people want to know about baseball and, oh gosh, and, where are we going? And how much does this kind of mess with our mental health? It's so important because everybody's talking about that with this global pandemic, and I think it's the same thing, obviously, too, for baseball players.
Oh, absolutely. It's put us in disarray. I mean, we're pretty much in turmoil right now, having to do a lot of virtual work with our players, following up on phone calls and being on Zoom calls and all kinds of different conference calls and working out of our house. And it's different, I'll tell you that. I've been in this game for 33 years, and I've never experienced anything even close to this. The thing closest that I've probably been through was the strike of 94, 95, but this can't even hold a candle to that. So,
yeah. So the good thing is, though, you're connected. You're trying to help them get through it, because for an athlete, it's all about I think the rhythm. And since I went through season after season with lots of different players in a different role, but watching them, that's the clock we live by. That okay, you're on the road, you have this series, and now everything is just at a standstill, and that's probably what a lot of them are grappling with, right?
Oh, absolutely. Probably the most superstitious individuals or superstitious athletes you'll ever work with. Because you take them out of their routine, and it's like a fish out of water. And, they're all struggling. Right? We're in pretty good shape as far as our organization is concerned, having been into this now for about a month. And, injury-wise and things like that, we're in a pretty good shape as far as that's concerned, and our players have really taken to it and done a really good job at their workouts and everything else. So I think we're in a pretty good shape in preparation to come back at some point and get back into playing baseball.
Yeah, there's something that we can learn, though, I think, from what you're telling the players in these conversations and what people listening to this show who aren't professional athletes are dealing with. What are some of the strategies for people struggling with mental health that they could possibly, Ron, implement that the Dodgers are doing to ensure that they're okay?
Well, basically we have an organization, called PBAS, which is the Professional Baseball Athletic Trainers Society. So through that, we have a big mission to serve as an educational resource for, not only Major League Athletic trainers, but also the minor league athletic trainers. And we've developed a pretty good relationship with the Department of Labor and use their resources to help us on the grounds of, they have a pretty good toolkit of resources in mental health and awareness. And they basically have what they call the 4 A's. It's building awareness and the supportive culture, providing accommodations to our employees, offering assistance to them, and just ensuring that they have access to treatment. So a lot of it is, when we call our players, it's not just finding out if they're doing their workouts, but finding out how they're feeling, how's your family, and treating them almost as a human being versus treating them as a robot that goes out there and performs and entertains people that almost look like they're not a human character, if you will. We take them for granted, thinking that they're just robots out there and can do the same thing over and over and handle those stresses. And they're not. They're human beings that have the same type of feelings as you and I. Really getting down to earth with them and really trying to get on a level where we show them that we really care about them and that we're interested in what's going on in their lifetime.
Yeah, there you go. So just talking to them like they're human beings, not superstars or, again, professional athletes. And, of course, you've worked with so many, as you said, 30-plus years, and I just brushed a little bit over your resume and how you started and some of the ways that you moved. You moved your way up, obviously, from the minor leagues. I would be remiss not to ask you this. I mean, all these great experiences that you had, including you worked through the Houston Astros organization, too, and then I mentioned the Tampa Bay Rays. What was that like for you? Did you think that this is where you would end up in this role with Tampa Bay and with the Dodgers? No,
I mean, I really had no idea. I've met so many people in this game, and you never know, who's going to be your next boss. The majority of several of the bosses that I have at this point in time that are above me are former players that I had, that going back, I would have, I knew they were smart and intelligent individuals as players and, probably had a chance to go into the coaching ranks or the front office ranks. But, here I am, and it's funny to see these individuals that I had as players and that I was hampering on about getting the work in. And now they're, expecting me to handle my position and answer to them. So it's kind of come full circle. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've had many, many experiences, and I've learned a great deal, and that's what I try to do now is be a sounding board and hopefully be able to teach some of our younger athletic trainers that are coming out and just be in situations that, that are new to them, but I've experienced, help guide them through those.
Yeah, and so you mentioned PBATs, and has that helped? Because, when you look at the Professional Baseball Athletic Trainers Society and bringing up some of the younger people through the ranks, I mean, that's got to be part of the mission. That certainly is one of them. But what are other objectives for the group?
Well, we serve as we provide continuing education for not only athletic trainers as it relates to our professions, but we help them to improve the understanding of just sports medicine, so that they can better promote that health and develop and attain a better treatment for the professional baseball player. Our full membership, which entails all athletic trainers, both major league and minor league, are looked at as an pretty integral part of the fabric of the game of baseball in itself. And just as importantly, we're trusted as advisors to the athletes. So over the years, we've worked to share these expertise, not only in the clubhouse, but outside of the clubhouse and the ballpark. And we're proud of the internships that we've created with a lot of individuals from other countries, programs that we've addressed. We've tried to create programs that educate the American people on childhood obesity, disability inclusion, mental health, and the health of the well-being of America's youth.
Yeah, absolutely. I think PBATS is a fabulous organization. I learned about it a couple of years ago. All right, we got to throw in a funny here. So and maybe it's not funny. What is your favorite baseball movie of all time?
Favorite baseball movie? The Sandlot.
The Sandlot. I love The Sandlot. Oh.
Yeah, my son loves it and watched it so much that I really took a liking to it, and I just love some of the clips and some of the T-shirts that have come out from it, and I just think that was pretty much how we were when we were kids, so I really like that movie.
Yeah, me too. I like Sandlot. That's in my top 5. I like The Natural. That's a throwback. That's an oldie, but it's a goodie to pull out. I like League of Their Own because I think it's funny and it was true what happened. And I met some of the women that played on those teams when I was with the Rangers. So there's a lot of good ones out there. I'm ready for another one to come out, though, and I'm ready for baseball, Ron. So let's get through this, and thank you for what you do, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Kate, thank you, and we're getting ready to play, so I'm optimistic that we will be playing again at some point this summer.
Yay, I love that. I am too. Thanks, Ron.
Kate, thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to Virginia Beach. How are they faring there with the coronavirus? We'll get an update.